agenda today with you is to look at the glory and the misery of debt. I understand that debt has benefits, but if not properly done, it brings misery as well. Then we want to look at how business gets into debt, because one of the ways of ensuring that you come out of debt is to get to know how did you get there in the first place. Then number C, looking at the types of debts and the variances between all of them. And then number D, now, after having done all that, ways to manage the debt in a manner that will be able to help you. So the glory and the misery of debt. Okay, now, the glory of debt, when nicely managed, debt can increase the rate of your business success in many folds. This I can tell you. Loans has the capacity to literally catapult your business to another level or to a higher level. That one is given. It has the capacity to catapult your business. In fact, you grow faster if you take a loan. If you don't take a loan, then it is like going up using stairs. You go slowly, you get tired along the way, you get worn out, beaten up, knees are cracking. Debt can actually be very good under a few circumstances. Number one, if you have a good margin that accommodates your cost of sales, operating expenses, and finance cost with a surplus. So if you have done your arithmetics very well, it means you have really sat down before you venture into even getting the loan, and you have checked and determined that the margin when you finally do your business is able to accommodate all your cost of sales. In other words, what you use to buy whatever products you deal with. And if you are a service provider, it is even easier, because then the cost of goods that you are doing or service is not very significant. And then it covers the operating expenses and the cost of that money. And if something can remain, then that is phenomenal. Then that is very good. That is a very good debt. By all means, go for it. If you are able to turn stocks or complete projects faster, as many times as possible to avoid several months of incurring expenses without adequate sales, then also debt becomes great. Now, you minimize or avoid eventualities of business, and they have a way of coming. Trust you me. These eventualities like spoilage, you need to make sure that there are no spoilage and nothing is going wrong. Dead stock, you need to make sure that every stock you buy is good stock that can be able to go, and make sure it goes. Theft can be, or pilferage of products can be a nightmare to business people. You also need to make sure that you ensure there is no theft occurring. Then selling at huge discounts. Now, discounts are good. In fact, when you go to Dubai, and a number of us have traveled, when you go to Dubai is a small margin economy. Dubai delights in selling at very minimal profit margins, but they go for volumes, and they drive great volumes. So if you offer huge discounts, and then those discounts will eat into your profitability, and eventually they might actually cripple you. Or if you are doing a project and you have a prolonged project, instead of taking 6 months to finish it, you take 18 months. The extra 12 months, I can guarantee you, will just be eating into your profitability and eating into your money. Okay, this across the other side of glory of debt is actually misery of debt.
When you are doing this, when you are getting into loans, you need to do a lot of analysis to be able to help you get into a safe level in terms of your debts. So number 2 agenda, how businesses get into debt. I am sure everybody has a way they got into debt. I will not ask you to tell me, but we all know how we get in, how businesses get into debt. First, there are several ways through which businesses do this. Several ways. Number 1, during seasons of mobilizing capital to add to equity. Then number 2, failure to make statutory payments in time. Now, statutory payments are things like pay, things like VAT, things like corporate tax, things like NHIF, things like NSSF, and trust you me, KRA, if you fail to file your taxes, KRA will penalize you at the rate of 10,000 per month. So Failure to make statutory payments in time can actually make you to suffer. Now, asset financing is one other way. We all need assets, and we basically trust that when you want to buy an asset, then you take a loan, and then the loan will be able to buy you the asset, and then the asset can be able to help you to generate the income that you are looking for. Then working capital financing. Sometimes you don't have enough money to be able to run your business, and you go for a loan for your working capital, and the bank can give you, or whoever you went to may be able to give you. Sometimes your lifestyle and behavior can get you into loans. Number 7, poor cash flow management. Poor cash flow means the cash inflow and cash outflow is not in sync, and therefore, if more cash goes out more than those that comes in, then you end up getting into a debt scenario, which can actually fix your business and frustrates you in the process. Trust you me, poor record keeping is one more reason why people get into debt. Then number 9 is not knowing how to interpret financial statements so that you get to know the ratios that are needed. Like, for example, the debt to equity ratio, how much of your own money should you have if you have a loan, in terms of capital structured kind of loans. If you are looking at your working capital vis-a-vis the current assets and current liabilities, you also need to be able to know the save levels. Now, a lot of us don't know how to interpret these financial statements, and therefore we don't know when we are in a safe territory, neither do we know when we are in a bad territory. And the only thing that we use as a basis of determining is when cash is literally coming in. So you can imagine, if you are not seeing cash, then you know you are doing badly. Then when you are seeing cash, you assume you are doing very well. And it is not always the case.